Good evening, everybody. Look at who we got today. We got Devon, our new land.
Hey guys.
He's a co-host. We've got a open mic, and the link is at the top of the chat. I should have waited until more people were in here before I said that. I'll say it again. So who do we got in here? We got Heather Landskron, Marianne Bimler, our new home, or our new land. Now, okay, Mike and Tish are going to get me calling you our new home because they said it like 3 times during their live. Had to correct them. There's my wild home and Sherman Family Farm, Josh, and TNT Adventures. Cool. Our Okie Homestead. So, what did you get to do today? I saw you put your video out.
I finished editing that, re-editing, re-editing, put that out. Tackled our front yard, which has been neglected, and then I helped my neighbor fix her garage door, so it's been a full day.
Oh, wow. That's good. Well, I was listening to you while I was filling the decking material that I use has these little plugs that you put over the screw holes. So I was whacking plugs all day.
You got that fancy composite decking.
Yeah, it's got this black stripping, like it looks like licorice or maybe like a windshield wiper, and you stick it between it so it's waterproof because it's an upper deck, and underneath it we would like to be dry.
Fancy.
Yeah, we won't be doing that on the lower deck because it's expensive. Everything's expensive right now.
Man, that's a fact.
So we got David Moffett, and there's no judgment here with Tish Ross.
Oh, I missed that.
Lazy
Hey,
David.
Tish, we were talking about you.
Yeah, we were. We were also talking about how we take forever to edit. Oh. I'm horrible. I do not know how to take my footage and edit it in less than 10 hours.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, and
my brother flies through. He does it all on his phone, and it frustrates me because it turns out great. And I take forever, and I do my first round of edits, and then my second, and my third, and my fourth, and it's just incredible.
Okay, now there's 31 people in the house. I could re-mention. This is a open mic. The link is at the top of the chat. So anybody who would like to come in and talk about their channel, please do.
Hey, Aoki, Jesse and Bex. I'm sorry, I can't respond to those. A lot of great people in here. Josh, that's awesome.
Can you see the chat?
I can see it. Yeah, but when I respond, if I type @ in their name, it doesn't autofill it, and I'll just mess it up. So, sorry.
Why do you have to? Why do you have to type it? Just say it.
Well, that's fair. Yeah, I can say it.
Just say. Just say, "Hey, hiking with Jackie Boy. How you doing today?"
Well, it's your show. I don't want to, overstep my bounds.
Yeah, but this is an open mic. Anything goes. Anything.
And Peter's in the house. That's great.
Yeah. Old Man King Homestead. He's on after me at, that'd be 10 o'clock Central. And we got Marianne Bimler. And so I saw that you were doing water catchment. How far behind am I on your channel? It can't be that many.
You're actually good. Like we were taking, normally we put out a video, it's like, 3 weeks behind. But now that we're in triple digit temperatures every day, you've probably caught up because everything on the land has kind of gone by the wayside. I've got to get out there. I'm going out there Friday. I've got to water those new trees, and I've got to start cutting the gutter and putting the gutter part together. but it's still going to be a little while until we get the actual water going into the tanks.
The last one I saw, you were just finishing up the metal roof on the water catchment roof.
Yeah, so for that project, we did that, and then I wrapped 3 of the IBC totes in black plastic and put them back in the cages. And then we've got another tote, those 275 gallon ones, but one of the totes we got that was supposed to be for potable water, it reeked of stain in there, and there was like a sludge. So we're like, all right, we're not going to put that on our trees. And I've been trying to think of a way to get rid of the sludge. We took it to one of those self-serve car washes and tried to get rid of it with the wand. Didn't work. Oh, what happened?
What? Nothing.
Oh, sorry. Adobe wants me to update something.
Don't do it right now.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hopefully you can still hear me. There we go. And so what I'm going to try next is some diatomaceous earth that's suitable for, well, not cooking, I guess food safe diatomaceous earth, and see if that'll help grab the snotty goo that's in there, and then maybe I can get rid of it.
There's a fly that's bothering me in here, and I almost had it.
Got to get those chopsticks out.
Can you bleach it?
Well, that's what Ryan wanted to do, but if we're trying to make the tank more potable friendly, I don't know that bleach, I don't think it'll get rid of the stain. It'll kill, living organisms, but I don't think it'll do much to the sludgy stain that's in there.
I see David Moffat's in the green room, but he does not have a picture. So when your picture pops up, I'll bring you in. He might not be ready. Device not connected.
Linda Peterson. Really a lot of great people here that have been so supportive of our channel.
Wanda Henry and Karen Bress is in here. Okay, we got our first green room guest.
Hey guys, how we doing?
Good, and yourself? How are you doing this evening?
I'm doing good. By the way, my channel is now changed the name to Half-Ass Homestead. I was gonna go Half Acre Homestead because I live on 0.59, but I said no, we're gonna be changing to a bigger property when we move, so we'll leave it this way. I just want to let you guys know our new land. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Our new land. Arkansas, look out. When I come, we're coming hard. I changed my time for my lives from 7 p.m. on Thursdays because I was hurting 9 Acre Family Farm. And Dale and Lisa really need that whole hour. So I'm going to be going 7 p.m. on Saturdays now because I don't know anybody that's within the family that we're doing it on. And I said, well, that's a good time. And it's also a time I'm probably going to do most of them at my campsite. So I think that's a pretty good way to run them. I don't know. I just wanted to make that announcement, I guess. And Vineyard, Brian, you're blowing it out of the world, man. I looked at what you've been doing, and you have got things going on. I own a wood shop, and I would love to be able to do what you're doing. I would love it.
Well, yeah, I'm going to always be doing the grapes and that house, but I want to start doing some small projects on my channel. Like right now, I'm doing a small video where I'm restoring actually 2 C-clamps, large C-clamps. And I'm not going to do it to where they're shiny and you can see your face in them or anything. I'm doing them so that we can use them on the farm. So it's like fix them up so they work and throw them in the tool chest and start using them. So that's my approach.
Did you know you can get rid of a lot of rust with apple cider vinegar?
If I did know it, I probably kicked it out of my brain.
Yeah,
I know a lot of those kinds of things, and I keep forgetting about them.
If you take something that's really rusted and you soak it in apple cider vinegar, and then you spray it down with WD-40 and hit it with heat, it'll rust proof it pretty much for life. That's pretty cool. I didn't know that until just recently.
Oh, really? I'm gonna have to check
Yeah.
that out, because that would be really cool to add to that video. Because at this point in the video of my recording, all I've done is wire wheel it, and I know that Lindsay loves wire wheeling. If you watch the replay, Lindsay, and I've done that. I heated it up, and they were seized. You could not move them. And I got both of them moving, so that's a good start.
Yeah, I just learned about the apple cider vinegar actually yesterday. I've got a bunch of ratchet straps, and I've got an employee who was running around wild going, "You don't have any penetrating oil?" I says, "Yes, I do. I got it. I've got WD-40. I've got 3-in-1. Up here in my print shop, I've got sewing machine oil. That's a really good one. Actually, 3-in-1 and sewing machine are almost exactly the same." I was like, "I've got all these oils around here. You just don't know where to look." And he's like, "Okay, never mind. I found the 3-in-1." And he got all my ratchet straps working. And he's like, "Yeah, these things are like brand new now." And I was like, "Yeah, but they weren't. I had them in a tote in the back of my truck for the last year. You couldn't even like release them. You could crank them down."
I heated it up, and I sprayed WD-40 on it, because for some reason in the back of my brain I think I saw that somewhere, and then I go, "Oh no, I shouldn't be putting out a video that I'm not sure about." So I messaged Bar Run 4, just says, "Do you heat it up and spray penetrating oil on it? Does that work? Am I doing the right thing? I don't want to look like an idiot."
I actually had a mechanic working on my truck one time where we were removing the old exhaust system and putting a whole brand new one on from cat back. And he would go in and he'd heat the bolts up till they were red hot. And he had a spray bottle of water. And he would just spray every bolt while it was super hot. I was like, "Well, why are you doing it with water? You should be doing it with oil or something." And he says, "No, oil catches on fire. Water puts the fire out. And not only that, but the steam created from blowing it on the water makes it so the bolt cools down quicker than the piece around it. So I can go in with my ratchet and unscrew it." And I was like, "You just blew me away on that one. I never would have thought that would be an option." And to be honest with you, for me, if something's super hot and you spray it with water, you just hardened it. You're going to break it before it comes out. And he's like, "Yeah, no, that's not the issue."
Well, if you put penetrating oil on it when it's hot like that, it makes a really cool smoky thing. So it looks really cool on video. But also what I saw that they were doing is using just candle wax. Take a birthday candle, and with it hot, it'll just take the wax right into the threads.
Oh, really? I never heard that. That's
I haven't
cool.
heard that.
Then you don't have to worry about flames.
Yeah. You guys,
Unless
I thought it was funny because you guys were talking about, how long it takes to edit a video.
Yeah.
I've never done like a really long one. Most of mine are like within minutes or whatever. I've never spent probably more than 3 or 4 minutes editing any videos. I can go in and even including even going to Oklahoma. When we did the Mid-America meetup, I was just like, "Okay, well then take the volume out of the video," because we were in my car. And I was like, "Get rid of the volume in the video and just put some music in the background, play that." And it turned out really cool. And I was like, "All right, that's good." and I don't know. I think I'm more apt now, instead of using like my GoPro or my regular camera. I'm more apt to do things with my phone because my phone has the better video quality. What's your guys' opinion?
I did a lot of my editing in the first year or so of my channel on my iPad. In the last handful of videos that I did, I had a really hard time cutting down. I mean, I would have like 2 to 3 hours of recorded video and have to shrink it down to 20, 25 minutes. And that's hard to do. But, Tree Haven said something that really sticks with me.
Jesse's a good boy.
If when you're editing and you think the viewer can fill in the information without you showing it to them, then cut it. So I'd be like, I took this video that I did a couple days ago, and I was like, cut. Because this video's 45 minutes long. Nobody's gonna sit through a 45-minute long video. So I was like just throwing stuff out.
Well, that's not true though. If you watch like Simple Life Reclaimed, they can throw out a 45-minute video and people are right there watching every minute of it. It just depends what the video is about. You know what I mean? If you're telling a story from start to finish, then yeah, people will stay there because they want to see the end. They
will stay longer if it is an actual story about something. But when you're editing about like a how-to, you got to keep them kind of on the short side.
It's hard to do. It's hard.
People are coming in. They go, oh, well, I want to know how to do the plumbing for a clawfoot tub, but I want the information fast. Yeah. They want to get in there, and if they don't see what they're looking for, then boom, they're on to the next one to see because they're looking for something specific.
If you're doing something like plumbing, they want to see it within like less than 15 minutes because they want to get back and try to get the job done.
Yeah,
they don't want to sit here at YouTube and say, who else is going to teach me something else? I want to see it once and I want to get it done. And there's just going to be 15 minutes to be done with it. But if you're showing them other projects that you got going on or other ways of doing things, sometimes there are some. I mean, we do cutting boards and stuff like that. You can't show a cutting board being made in 15 minutes. We're talking 15 hours.
Gillen said he likes
and say, okay, well, now that it's been glued up, we don't need to watch glue dry. But now that the glue is dry, we can show you the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step, and carry on from there. So you can extend them a little bit, I guess, if you've got the topic that makes it so it's worthwhile sharing.
Johnny from Gillum Farm says he likes the long videos. Well, I'll send you my long version. You got 2 hours you can watch.
All right, so Brian, I got to ask you. You're doing it on the Apple computer or whatever. What program are you using?
iMovie.
iMovie?
Yeah, there's a big difference between iMovie on your phone or your iPad than on. There's a lot more control with the iMac.
All right, Devon, what one do you use?
I use DaVinci Resolve, and it's free, and it's awesome. But my brother uses iMovie on his phone, and he does great.
I use Filmora by Wondershare.
Yeah, I tried using that.
It's like $50 or something like that. But I actually had at one time, and I can't find it again because I have different computers now. I actually had the Sony Studio set up on one of my computers. And it was given to me free with the code, and I took it, and I said, yeah, let's run with it. That was like probably the Premiere one that you could ever play with. Actually, it was called Sony Premiere. That was actually the best one I ever played with, but the problem is that I had it on one computer, and then I changed computers, and I couldn't get it back. because I couldn't find the link again of where it was sent to me, where you can get it for free one time. But yeah, that was pretty cool. All right, guys, I'm going to let you guys have the rest of the night to go ahead and talk about whatever you want to talk about. Maybe bring some other people in. It's been fun. Thank you for letting me be part of it again. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
See you, David.
Thank you for coming in. You have a good evening.
You too.
Possum Sausage is in here. I met him at Bar Run Forge's gathering. That fly is gonna get it, I tell you. He's been attacking me for the last hour.
Lazy he uses that Filmora, and I tried that, and it just, man, my head just, I couldn't grasp it. And I paid up for the Pro. I only paid like $60 for the Pro, and then I couldn't find any of the how-to videos on YouTube. All the how-to videos were for the cheaper version. Calm down, Brian.
Got him.
And so I made the mistake of paying up for that.
Sucker. Yeah, he just had a date with a wall. Yeah. I think Ridge Life used Filmora for a long time. I mean, he could still be using it. I just know he talked about it a lot, like last year when he talked about it.
That may be actually why I tried it.
Yeah, it might be. But I always had iMovie. It was on my iPad, and that's where I started. I don't even know how I started. I just got at this desk and started doing it, and I was like, am I really doing this? Like everybody else when they first
learning as we go.
Yeah. It's funny because when you sit down at your desk or wherever you're doing for the first time and start your channel, you're making a commitment you know nothing about, really.
Man, that is the truth.
You do not know what you're getting yourself into.
Oh,
but
yeah.
I stuck with it.
Yeah, my brother's like, hey, we'll make a video, we'll start a channel. I'm like, okay, whatever. And then had no idea that I had to edit stuff and not buy a camera, but learn how to use a camera. It was my learning curve went up parabolically. It was a big change for me.
Look at who we got in the house. Who do you get? Well, you're not going to guess, so never mind. Hey there. How you guys doing?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Brian and Devon?
Hi, Devon. It's nice to see you in person, kind of.
It's good seeing you. I actually have an email primed right here for you. I just copied over your email address, and I'm ready to go.
Excellent. I am so excited. So you're going to come on.
That's great. Well, yeah. And the reason I was hesitant up till now, first off, all of your podcasts are so professional, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I mean, I'm not ready for that, signing in with my half stitched together things. But two, man, I mean, the stuff you've had on there, I mean, Pooch, gosh, your stories were, they were powerful stuff. And I don't have that. I've just got a happy story,
Oh no, yours and Ryan's story
is good.
Amazing. When I watched, and that's was like, okay, I'm practically on my knees begging, please come on. And because your story and the way that you guys, handle it, everybody's story is so different. And I had adoptive parents that came on, and then right after that, I had 2 young adults come on and I believe you had watched that, and they shared both of theirs. One was open, one was closed, and just gave different perspectives in terms of what they experienced. And we wanted to make sure, I wanted to make sure that they knew that it wasn't about, it was about their personal feelings. It wasn't anything against the birth parents or adopted parents. It was their personal experience, so that anyone else that is adopted or has been adopted and for a long time have wondered and wanted to ask questions my prayer is that it gave those people insight maybe, or also to know that, hey, someone else feels the way that I do. And that I can ask my birth parents these questions, or I could ask my parents. I know that adoptive parents are the parents, so we can ask my parents these questions. And also I wanted to make sure that hopefully, again, prayerfully, that adoptive parents or biological parents could watch that as well and know that sometimes these are the struggles that our children are going through, and they're afraid to say anything. And like Tristan McKissick said, I almost had to lie sometimes when I was talking to my birth dad, because I didn't want my adoptive parents to feel bad, or, that's just a really, I'm sure, duh.
Well, everyone's different though. Every situation's different.
Yes, exactly. And your story, yours and just your entire family. I really enjoy watching you and Ryan, and just even the stories, just the little mentions of your sister, and just all the things, how it really came together quite beautifully, and when you talk about your grandparents, I have to tell you, people call my channel Tisha's Crying Network, but hearing when you talk about your grandparents, I'm crying with you, because it's just such a beautiful relationship that I see, and that we are so blessed that you have shared your experience. And so that's why I wanted you to come on. And yeah, I have a lot of guests. Their stories are really deep. Some come from darkness into the light, some are journeys to victory. Some are journeys that are not quite victorious, but, they try to find the good in or purpose in the pain. And, but you have such a beautiful story, and I would be honored if you come on. So I'm excited to have you.
Oh yeah, we'd love it. That's awesome. Thank you for that.
Of course. Thank you. Thank you,
got me
Brian.
cheered up thinking about my grandparents. That's ridiculous.
I'm telling you, I really, and I just admire you for, being so transparent, and for expressing and allowing yourself to express yourself and your feelings. I think about my grandparents, when you talk about yours, sorry guys. But I think about, the unfortunate missed opportunity that I had to develop a relationship with my grandparents. One, my grandfather passed when I was super young. The other was my grandma on my mom's side only spoke Spanish, and I don't understand it. And there was just a missed relationship there that I longed for, but I still went to visit her. We still kind of had our own way of communicating, but man, the grandchild parent relationship I feel like is just as important as the parent relationship. And it can be such a beautiful thing. And thank you for sharing that. It's amazing. It's amazing. And I really look forward to you sharing sometime soon.
Me too. I can't
put out
that one either.
I'm sorry, real quick, a video today, and I talk about, for my adoptive, so the family I grew up with, my adoptive family, that it was me and my paternal grandmother. We had the tightest bond of everyone. And, it's just powerful stuff.
Yes. So powerful. Yeah. So I am looking forward to you just hitting that little send button on your email, and I'll have your email so we can connect. And Brian, thank you for being a hand in this. I love the way that things work out. And so the connection has been made, and so I'm looking forward to having you on, and anybody else is welcome to come on too. So I'm excited. So thanks, guys.
Thanks. I appreciate you.
Don't be looking at me.
Come on, Brian.
Well, hang on, Tish, because we got your buddies down here.
Oh, okay. We have some buddies.
Oh,
Hi.
there he is. Hey, Johnny.
Hi, Johnny.
Hi.
Where's
Christine?
my bestie?
Hey. Christine. She's coming.
Okay.
So you're talking about grandparents there. And
Yes.
I was lucky enough to have
There she is.
So pretty. Oh, I always never know how to go in here.
So anyway, I was lucky enough to have all of my grandparents for quite a long time, all the way up until I was basically an adult. And you're out of view. There you go. So anyway, the land where you see the cattle on my videos, that was my grandparents' land at one time. So we've had that family land. I guess we're probably 3 generations into that land. Well, we're at five generations at this point into it. So but it's that.
Can I ask you, Johnny, how do you feel? You know me asking all the feel questions. I just want to ask you, how does that, I'm a very sentimental person. I'm a very, it's not nosy, it's sentimental. There's meaning behind my questions. It's not because I just want to know, I am a sentimental person, and I love people and their feelings and how they feel. So I'm curious as to how does that feel when you're walking on it makes me teary-eyed walking on imagining third generation land.
Yeah, if you go back and look at my videos, some of the ones where especially the pasture creation videos, they talk about all the things that I used to do whenever I was a kid, like with my dad and with my grandpa out there. There's a lot of, I'll just be going along in the video, and all of a sudden I'll just go into a ramble about this means so much to me right here. We did this right here. We did this right over here. I ran the fence exactly the way my dad ran it. But, everything is based on history with the land. And
well, even going back to when we need to redo some of the fence, there are some posts that are the wood posts, and he goes, my grandpa and my dad probably put these in, or and it's just neat because you're like, oh, you don't want that to go away. So I'm that way too. I get all I didn't have that, but it's neat to look that through him. And then what's even to me special is that now we have 4 grandsons. And they've been out there with us, and it's just it's really neat.
Wow. I get chills really from head to toe and just thinking about that. Like, the feeling.
I get it too.
What it must feel like.
I don't think anybody, anywhere knows that land anything other than Gillum land at this point. It's been so many generations, and it's surrounded by family as well, so it's like the whole community out there, I guess you'd say. But anyway, that whenever you were talking about that kind of got me to thinking about that, because I do tear up a lot. And the reason I started my YouTube channel was simply so that the grandkids could see some of the things that I did while I was alive. They'll be able to watch a video, because I would give anything if I could watch a 1-minute video that had my grandpa, my grandmas in it. If I could watch a 1-minute video anywhere, but I can't.
That would be magical, right?
Once I'm gone, once we're gone, the grandkids will be able to,
that's my papa,
and they'll be able to watch everything that happened. They'll have that book. They'll have that knowledge base to go back on. They'll be going, I wonder what Papa would have thought about this.
You do that all the time.
But they'll know what Papa thought about this, because they'll be able to actually watch it. And the governor of South Dakota, she Christy Noem. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to take up this whole thing, but Christy Noem, she had a deal where her dad passed away, and they were big ranchers, and he had every bit of the knowledge of all the ranches, and nobody knew in his head. And they didn't know where to look. They didn't know what to do. And she was cleaning out an old farm truck out there on the ranch that he liked to drive around. And she found a little notebook. And in that notebook was written down when to plant the fields, when to harvest, when to bale the hay, when to, what to plant when, et cetera, et cetera. And it was like a gift from God.
Yes.
And she basically said her dad was alive in the notebook because of the knowledge that he left. But, as you know, from my videos, I talk about all this stuff, when to and what to do and how to move the cattle and all that kind of stuff. And the grandkids, whenever they get to that point, if they decide to continue on with that, they'll know what to do, when to do it, and all that stuff. And so that's
a treasure. That's a treasure.
That's my main reason right there.
Yeah.
So
I love that.
And but anyway, I'm not trying to take up this whole thing. But back to long videos, Brian.
Yeah.
I love Andrew Camarada videos.
I got thousands of hours you can watch.
That's great. That's great. If
I have archive videos that I have to edit from before I even started my channel.
Yeah, Andrew Camarada videos. His will be something like riding a 4-wheeler, and it'll be 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and I'll watch that thing.
Every minute.
I'll watch every minute of that video, and that's the way I am with all of you guys. If I click on your video, you're going to get the full watch time, because this day and age of shorts and reels, and I hate to say it, folks, I'm probably going to step on some toes here, but it's kind of snowflakey to me.
Yeah.
I don't usually put out a short, but I do put out the short to advertise the live.
Yeah.
I think they're good.
I meant to ask my audience, is that annoying? Because I wonder if I should keep doing that or not, having a little short advertisement that I do on Tuesday.
That's fine.
I think it's good, because I think even Eric Bland said that's what they do with their videos,
for
the shorts.
For an advertisement, I think a short is totally appropriate. But if you're trying to tell a story,
oh yeah,
if you're it's just, to me, it's you lose so much in it. I do. I mean, and you were talking about filling in, on videos. You were talking about what Jess Tree Life said about filling in on videos and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I agree to a point. If you're doing a how-to video, yes, fill it in, because people that are clicking on that are their search is how to fix the whatever, that possibly the video that you're working on. And they're standing out there in the heat, and they got their phone up there, and they can barely see it. And they're trying to really quickly hit that one point of that one thing that they're trying to get done, and that's what they're looking for. And you're wanting the artistic value and stuff like that, and it's hard to do whenever you're standing out there with sweat running in your eyes, and you're oh, I wish this guy would get to it, because I just need to know which way to turn his valve right now.
Ain't nobody. There's that video that says, "Ain't nobody got time for that." That's what it's like. I don't have time for.
But if you're telling a story, if you're going about your day, and the story is your day, through the day, you're going to the post office, you're dropping off all the packages for the YouTubers and the fan, not fans, the subscribers, because we randomly just send people stuff. I mean, I'll just go through our thing and look and see who's subscribed and who's commenting on our page, and I'll just go, hey, we need to send them a whatever. So you're liable to just get a box out of nowhere from Gillum Farms and go, wow, I didn't win anything. I didn't apply for any, I didn't do anything. And it's just our way of kind of giving back,
I love that.
Yeah. In the next video, I'm going to say, I'm going to come into screen face to the screen and say, Johnny, that part you were waiting for, I cut it. Fill it in.
But I want to say though, maybe it's the hummingbird in me, but I like shorts. I don't like them all the time, but I do like shorts because I have found a few channels that I caught their short maybe on Facebook or something, and it brought me over to their channel on YouTube. So I definitely think now there's some that are part of the younger group that I don't understand some of them. That's but I like them. I've done a couple of them, but it's not for me, but I like seeing other ones. And it's not for you, I know.
I agree, Bestie. I think that sometimes they are, they like you can find channels through them, or, and I being a person that, believe it or not, is ADD, ADHD. Unless I'm having a conversation with somebody, then you can hyper focus. Right. Someone such as me, I can hyper focus. I can talk to you for hours. But if it's a 2-hour long video, if it doesn't catch my attention in like a couple of minutes, then I'm out. It's got to be.
What are you laughing about? You're laughing at
I'm sorry.
It's a comment that somebody put on the thing. We're just laughing.
Where is it?
It's Jess's.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Well, I want to hop out. I just wanted to.
You can't because somebody else you want to see is in here.
Oh, okay.
and then we're gonna have to cut it down to 4 somehow.
Yeah, of course. We'll hop out.
All right.
Hi.
I guess I should have told you I was bringing you up.
Justin, how are you?
We're good. Super good. Super good.
Good.
Good. Been missing you guys.
Aren't you supposed to be going with hiking with Jackie Boy this weekend? No.
No, we didn't. No, it was supposed to be last Friday.
Oh, okay. My bad.
There's no, the water's not safe to get in. So there's not enough flow and all that, and the water don't look good. So I didn't want to take a chance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been awful quiet though. Not hearing from you guys.
I've been busy as heck at work.
Yeah, I know.
And then spending time with him. As soon as I get home, we'll chill out, watch a little YouTube, watch some movies or something. And since we didn't go kayaking or nothing on Friday like we were wanting to, it was just kind of a chill weekend. We just watched movies. It was so hot anyway. One day I went out and filmed that DJI mic video. So we did that. Yeah.
It's funny because you guys go out and do these videos in 100-degree temperatures and it doesn't look like it to us. I mean,
it is.
I mean, Justin was out there baking in 100-degree temperatures with a microphone up his butt.
my GoPro, the Hero 10 that I was using, it already overheated once. So then I even said, hey, it already overheated once. Let's hurry up and try to get this done. Because I didn't want to stay out there more than I had to.
I commented to him, I said, I didn't even open up the mics that you told me to get before the meetup. I brought them with me, and they sat in the truck the whole time.
Is it the ones that you were going to hook up to the iPad?
Yeah, the ones that you got the last time.
Yeah. I guess it's too late to send them back, huh?
They're still in the package.
Use them.
Yeah, just use them.
I'll use them because
they're not bad either.
It's specific to my iPad, but you know what? I'm gonna have to get in with you, Justin, and you're gonna have to help me with my GoPro.
Yeah, we'll chat. We'll video call or whatever you call it, FaceTime or whatever.
Yeah.
I think once you start using that GoPro, Brian, you'll love it.
Oh yeah. Then you get yourself.
Another thing of it is, I did use it once. I did a whole video with it, and I forgot everything I learned about it.
Yeah.
It ain't that hard to figure out, but I'll go over it with you.
Hey, when I took the garage down in that interior fall down scene, that was from the GoPro.
Yep. See, so you got it.
I thought I lost it because when I came back to it, the screen was black, and I'm like, "What?
Oh man!
What?
Yeah,
That was the killer.
you hate to see that black screen.
That was my killer shot, and I lost
I tell you what I hate about the GoPro is losing audio on a video you make.
Yep, that's happened to me too before. And then that video I made of filming my truck, my new truck that I got, I went around it. You know, when you see me going, like I say, we're going to go inside, but then I'm like, never mind, we're going to go around it. I did all of that and started doing the inside and then realized I wasn't recording because my GoPro shut off on me. I'm like, what the heck? And I look back, nope, didn't record it. It was just the beginning, those little shots. And I'm like, Austin, we got to do it all over again. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I like about the GoPro or the iPad is, for one thing, I'm actually seeing what I'm recording in a large screen, and then I can walk up to it after I've done the scene or whatever you want to call it, and just instantly scroll through it and know that it's there.
You can do that with a GoPro as well.
Yeah.
But aren't the GoPro, I mean, don't they come at a hefty price? And then for them to, I mean, I've been hearing a lot, like you lose sound or you lose some of your picture. Like what's the problem?
I have three different GoPros. I have a 7, a 10, and an 11. The 7, amazingly, it's a 7 watt. It doesn't come with a battery that you can, change or anything like that. You plug it in to charge it up. But that thing will last for hours, and it never overheats, and it's always got the sound, and it always works. It's crazy. If you see any video with where it's on the dozer, where the camera is actually on the dozer, mounted to the dozer or mounted to the tractor or something like that, that's that 7, because that's my, if I run over it, I ran over and I gave $100 for it. The 10, I'm not a big fan. The 10 overheats. The 10 does things like had a battery swell up in my 10 that it took us. I mean, it took a lot to get that battery out of that 10, and it's because it got so hot. Swole the battery and everything, but we did get it out. The 11 seems to be pretty good. Now the 11 is will get warm after a while, but I've never had it shut off on me yet. I mean, I use it quite extensively, but we've got, like I said, we've got those 3. So don't gauge all GoPros off of like a 10.
Also, when you shoot the 4K, is actually a lot of times will. For sure. If you shoot in 1080p, I think
you're good.
Switched it for a little bit. I did 1080p on my GoPro Hero 10, and it never shut off once. It didn't really overheat or nothing. But once I started filming in 4K, I think from the 9s, 10s, and 11s, if you continue to shoot in 4K, I think it would overheat.
Yeah, I agree.
I don't know. I use that Volta too, though. I don't put the battery in the GoPro. I let it run off the Volta.
Has it ever overheated at all then?
Nope.
Shut down on
Not
you?
at all.
That's nice.
Yeah.
There's probably something to that as far as why it's not overheating like that. I mean, it's
with the case being voided of the battery inside.
Yeah, the cavity, it's got an open cavity inside.
Yeah.
And that probably helps a lot.
And then either I can hook a external mic to it, and I like using the media mod most of the time, but you can hook that external mic to it and go all day too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Jackie boy. I saw you earlier or hiking with Jackie.
It's okay.
Kevin.
It's okay.
Hey, Kevin.
And then,
Hi, Kevin.
I totally forgot and didn't see you anymore.
All right. Well, we're going to hop off. I'm going to go and get ready for bed. But Devon, I'm so excited. And Brian, thank you for making the connection. And I'm looking forward to hearing from you and having you guys on to share your story.
I'll be there. Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Yay.
Good night. Good night, Tish. Good night,
Johnny,
Mike, and
Justin, Austin, Kevin, Brian, Devon. Y'all have a good night.
We hope to see y'all at Pinecone Fest, if not before.
Have a good day.
We got to see before.
Sounds good. Yeah, for sure before. Tell my bestie I said bye.
Okay.
Good night, pretty and
Okay.
Love you guys.
Good night, guys.
Love y'all too.
Bye.
Love y'all.
Bye.
Yeah, last Friday we were intended to do some kayaking the Medina River up at Banderas City Park, and Justin mentioned to me that that I hear it might not be safe. So I went on a site and I looked up the bacteria levels of the river, and they were way too high.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else you could do, so you might as well. Yeah, that would have been. You wouldn't want to go hiking.
No, not in 105 degrees. No.
How's Jackie boy doing?
He's doing fine. And I can't take him hiking either. You know, it's even worse on him.
Yeah, they get hot.
Oh yeah.
Paco didn't do well in heat either. Now it's not so applicable anymore because he pretty much just sleeps all the time anyway.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him. I'd like to sleep all the time.
I love sleep. Sleeping is fun. It's fun.
It makes your beard grow.
Yeah.
But
sleeping's for those people who are. You guys are blessed if you can sleep.
Yeah.
I get about 4 hours a night.
I'll be lucky.
Since the truck's been stolen and all that, I actually still continue to get up throughout the night and look out the window.
Yeah. You should have a camera hooked to your phone then. What happened to Devon?
I have cameras now.
He's spinning. He's got the wheel of death going.
Yep.
Now it's just black. I don't see the little spin wheel.
Probably a technical difficulty.
Even the wheel died. He'll be back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I call that buffering by another name, but I'm not going to mention it here.
So I was looking at some of the comments on here, and there were people asking about what cameras are the best and stuff like that. I think Aroke Homestead said, I have a 10, wondering if the 11 is any better. In my experience, yes, the 11 is better.
That's what I use is the 11.
It just seems to be a much better camera in my. It looks exactly the same, fits the same media mod, just like the 9, 10, and 11. They'll all fit the same thing, but the 11 seems to be head and shoulders above the 10 from what I can tell.
I've had people say that they fell in love with their 9 again once they got the batteries from the 10 and put them in there.
Yeah. And that's, 10 was, a lot of people are probably having great luck with a 10. They're probably saying this guy doesn't know what he's talking about right now. And, but I use, mine might be on the equipment or something like that. I might have it on for, an hour while I'm running a bunch of, video while I'm out here operating equipment and trying to catch that. And it's 100. I know you guys don't think it looks like 100 and something degrees out there, but it is 100 and something degrees out there.
Oh yeah.
We'll be over here operating, and you go over and you look at your camera, and you can't even touch it. It's so hot.
I was doing something the other day with the GoPro. I was driving around on a Kubota, and I had it clamped on, and I was driving around with it.
Yeah.
That's not the right thing.
Yeah, it got pretty warm. It was pretty hot already.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that either.
I'm with you. I've had a battery get stuck in mine. I use a GoPro 8, and I mean, it just chews through batteries, but even when it's only 80 out there, it just overheats, and it's just been, I'm going to keep using it, but it's been super frustrating.
Yeah, I've never had an 8. I don't know
Well, don't buy one.
About the 8.
Well, they say
it's great though.
The biggest problem with the 8 is that the lens is not. You damage the lens on, or that glass that goes over the lens, you're done. It would cost you more to have it replaced. Where the other ones, you can twist it off, buy a new one.
Not the 7 though. Yeah.
I thought it was the 8 that did that.
Oh man,
I don't think you can do anything with my 7. I wish I had my 7 in here. Well, I might go get it and just show it to you. But it's pretty cheesy. Like I said, I gave $100 for it, but that thing it'll outdo any. The only thing that it won't do is it'll kind of get the more shaky look to it. It doesn't quite look it's got the more of a cell phone look, but if push comes to shove and, I had to have only one for running on equipment, that'd be the one, because it takes abuse. I ran over it one day with a dozer. There's a video on my channel where the camera falls off and then you see the dozer run over it, the track. And then I get off and pick it up and dust it off, and I'm looking at it and going, wow, okay, cool. So that's saying
that was probably a pretty neat video, seeing the track go over the top of
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I looked down just in time to see it go underneath the track, and I backed off of it, and I was like, wow, that thing lived through that. Amazing.
Hey, Justin, I looked into the Frio River. It's good, and it's got better flow.
It does?
Yeah.
Just to get in the water, kayak or what?
Kayak, anything. Yeah, it's got good level bacteria, and that's the thing about hot climate and a drought and low flow. The water gets nasty really quick.
Yeah. Because I told Austin we may not kayak. Then if we go there, we might just get our cheap tubes and just kind of just get in the water, float a little bit, and then go back out and stream whatever and do it again.
Yeah. You're talking Garner?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't there another place to go to get into the Frio?
Yeah, there are other places, but I'm not real familiar with them. Okay. I know there's they probably have websites. Camp River View. There's a place in Concan you could just drive up and get in the Frio.
Yeah.
There's Majors, which is right across the river from Garner, but I don't know how crowded it is.
Yeah. I'll look around.
Yeah, but before I end up going out of commission next week, that Monday, I'm making a visit to Garner.
You're going to Garner?
Yeah, I couldn't make reservations for Friday, Saturday, or Sunday.
Oh yeah, this weekend it's already booked.
Oh yeah.
Okay, well,
might just have to do some other things during the summer when it's this hot.
Mm-hmm.
If you guys ever get up to northeastern Oklahoma, we have a really great floating river right here. I'm talking, back, come up with Tish and Pooch or something like that and float. But we've got the Illinois River. The upper Illinois is a well-known floating river. And then if you really want cold water, you can go down to the lower Illinois River below 10 Killer Dam. But anyway, just an FYI.
Oh,
all right.
Hey, people, we got 1 minute left. And Peter from
Old Man King
said, I know it. I just, anytime I try to recall somebody's name, it just throws out of my brain. So he's next, right after me. And next week I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Maybe I'll do a co-host open mic, or maybe I'll pick somebody. We'll see. And so that's next week, Wednesday at 9 o'clock Central. Go check out my videos because I've been putting out a video every week, and I'd like to see some of those watched a little bit more. And check out all these other guys' videos that are on the panel and in the chat. Thank you for coming in on the chat and the people on the panel and my moderators. And we'll see you next week. You have a good night.
Bye,
Thanks,
everybody.
guys.
Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Take care.
Take care.